Dear friends, in class 11 we are studying conic section and we are trying to understand parabola. Now to understand parabola we will first study the simplest form of the parabola or the standard form of equations of the parabola. So let us understand what is the equation of parabola. We have already considered the simplest form in this form, that is vertex is at origin. If vertex is at origin and if the parabola extends in this direction, that is if it is symmetric about x-axis, then what is the equation of parabola? Let us try to understand, or let us try to find the equation of this parabola. What is the equation of this parabola? Now we already know if a0 is the focus. Since the point lies on x-axis, we will have the focus as a0. So a is any distance from the origin. Vertex is at origin 0, 0. Now we know if a0 is a focus, if this is the focus, then directrix will be, equation of directrix will be, this is a line L is a directrix and its equation will be, please note, we have already defined the parabola is a curve which is equidistant from the line and the focus. So the equation of directrix will be, if a0 is the focus, then equation of line will be x equal to minus a. Please note, the line is parallel to y-axis, it means its equation will be x equal to some constant value. So here we have got the equation as x equal to minus a is the equation of directrix. Now let p xy be any point. Let p be any point on the parabola. Now the coordinates we will take for this as x, y. Now please note, if we draw this intersection point of directrix and the axis, this is the axis of parabola, and you will notice that parabola is symmetric about its axis. Then the intersection point of the axis and the directrix is minus a0. Please note, this is the point of intersection of the directrix and the axis. Let that point be N. We are trying to find equation of parabola. What is the equation of this parabola? Now please note, for this we have taken P as any point on parabola and its coordinates are x and y. Now if we join this to focus, and if we draw a perpendicular on the directrix, then point which is drawn perpendicular on the directrix be some point B. In book they have taken B, so I am also taking the same to avoid the confusion. You can take any other point. Let us find the coordinate of this point. Now see, since it lies on the directrix, its x coordinate will be minus a, because all the points on this line will have x equal to minus a as the coordinate. And y coordinate, please note, y coordinate will be the same. Since it is perpendicular on the directrix, from P we have drawn perpendicular on the directrix, hence its y coordinate will be same as P and it is y. Now we have got xy is the coordinates of the point P and the point B which is taken from as a perpendicular on directrix from point P, and PF is a segment joining the point with the focus. Now we have the definition of parabola. Definition of parabola is all the points on parabola are equidistant from the directrix and the focus. It does mean that PB is equal to PB is equal to, if F is the focus, we will get PB, distance PB is equal to distance PB is equal to distance PF, where PB is distance of a point from the directrix and PF is the distance of a point P from the focus. Now we know how to calculate the distance between the 2 points by using the distance formula. PB is equal to under root, formula is x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. So if x2 and x1 y1 and x2 y2 are the 2 points, then we use this formula, that is x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. Now for this, PB will be x minus a. So it will be x minus a. Please note, x coordinate minus a coordinate, square of it, plus y minus y will be y minus y bracket square. So this is equal to, we will get under root x plus a bracket square plus 0 square. No need to write, it will be 0 square. So even if you add or subtract, it will be same. So please note, this is a perfect square term in the square root. So we will get this is equal to x plus a. So we have what? PB is equal to x plus a. The distance between P and B is x plus a. Now let us find the distance between P and F. PF is equal to, again by using the same formula, we will get x minus a bracket square plus y minus 0 bracket square. So thus this will be under root x minus a bracket square plus y minus 0 will be y square. This is PF. Now we have got this value in the square root. We know that PB is equal to PF because of the definition of the parabola. All the points on parabola are equidistant from the directrix as well as the focus. So PB is equal to PF. PB is equal to PF. So I will get x plus a is equal to under root x minus a bracket square plus y square. Now if two quantities are equal, if we square them, the squares must also be equal. So I will get x plus a bracket square is equal to, square of this will be x minus a bracket square plus y square. Now let us solve this further. If you open the bracket, we will get x square plus twice ax plus a square is equal to x square minus 2ax plus a square plus y square. Now keep y square to that side, take all the terms to this side. So I will get x square minus x square, then a square minus a square plus a square minus a square plus 2x. If minus 2x is transposed to the LHS, it will become plus 2ax is equal to, I have kept only y square term that side. So please note, these all terms will become 0. I will get 4ax is equal to y square. It does mean that y square is equal to 4ax. So if the parabola is symmetric about x-axis, and if the focus lies on positive direction of x-axis, or if it opens in the positive direction of x-axis, then equation of parabola is y square is equal to 4ax. Similarly, we can find the equation for the parabola which is opening towards the left. So if the parabola is opening towards the left and having the vertex at the origin, and if its focus lies on negative direction of x-axis, and if it is minus a0, then please note vertex is at 0, 0. Directrix is x equal to a. Focus is at minus a0. Vertex is at origin, and pxy is any point on the line. Then if you solve in the similar way, we will get the equation of this parabola as y square is equal to minus 4ax. Please try to understand the difference between two equations. If it is opening towards the right, then the equation is y square is equal to 4ax, and if it is opening towards the left, then equation of parabola is y square is equal to negative 4ax. Please note, this A is the point at the vertex. Sorry, point of the focus. A is the point of the focus, and since y square is the term existing in both, the parabola is symmetric about x-axis. Focus lies on x-axis. It is both the parabolas are symmetric about x-axis. Now, if we have another form of the parabola, that is, if it is opening upwards, that is, if it is having a vertex at the origin, vertex is at origin, focus is on y-axis, so 0, y. X coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is positive a. In this case, equation of parabola will be x square is equal to 4ay. Please note, the equation of directrix, in this case it will be y equal to minus a. Since all the points on the parabola are equidistant from the focus as well as the directrix. So directrix, in this case, equation of directrix is y equal to minus a. Vertex is at origin. Focus is at 0a, and equation of the parabola will be x square is equal to 4ay. Now there exists the fourth equation of the parabola. Standard form of equation of parabola. If it is opening in the downward direction, having vertex at the origin, and if the parabola opens in the downward direction, having the focus at 0a. Please note, it lies in negative direction of y-axis, so it will be minus a. So if 0 minus a is a focus and vertex is at the origin, pxy is any point on the parabola, and the directrix, if you try to find the equation of directrix, please note, since all the points on directrix are equidistant from the focus, so we will get, as well as directrix, it is equidistant from the focus as well as directrix. Equation of directrix in this case will be y equals to positive a. So please note, equation of directrix is y equals to a. Vertex is at the origin. Focus is at 0 minus a. Pxy is any point on the parabola. In this case, equation of parabola will be x square is equal to minus 4ay. Try to understand the difference between the two. If it is opening upside, then the coefficient is positive. If it is opening in the downward direction, then the coefficient is negative. Please note, in this case, parabola lies in third and fourth quadrant. In this case, parabola lies in first and second quadrant. So these are the standard form of equations of parabola. Dear friends, next point in parabola is about latus rectum. Let us try to understand lattice rectum of parabola. Now, we have studied the standard form of equations of parabola. So let us imagine this is a parabola whose equation will be, since it is opening towards the positive direction of x-axis, its equation will be y square is equal to 4ax, whose focus is at a0, vertex is at 0, 0, and the equation of directrix will be x equal to minus a. Now we are trying to understand the latus rectum. So latus rectum is a line segment. Understand, it is a line segment which is, this is axis of x-axis is axis of this parabola. So which is, latus rectum is a segment which passes through the focus perpendicular to the axis and having end points on the parabola. So please note, this segment is called as latus rectum. Please note, it is perpendicular to axis, or it can be defined in another way also. It is parallel to directrix, passing through the focus and having end points on the parabola. This segment is called as latus rectum. Please note, it is perpendicular to the axis and parallel to the directrix. This is directrix. So anything you can use, parallel to directrix or perpendicular to the axis, passing through the focus and having the end points on the parabola is called as latus rectum. It is a segment, so we can measure its length. Now let us try to find the length of the latus rectum. Now we have already defined that latus rectum is, any point on the parabola is equidistant from the focus as well as the directrix. So if we draw the perpendicular on this, please note, then this distance is, since focus is a 0, so the x distance on x-axis is a. Now if this distance is a, then there is equal distance, directrix is at equal distance. So every point on parabola is equidistant from the focus as well as the directrix. It means this point is equidistant from, vertex is equidistant from the directrix as well as the focus. And if the distance between vertex and focus is a, then distance of vertex from the directrix is also a. And the point of this point is minus a0. So distance is a. Please note, if this distance is a and this distance is a, it means distance between these two parallel segments, that is the latus rectum and the directrix, is nothing but this a plus this a is 2a. So total distance between these two parallel lines is 2a. Now we have already defined the definition of the parabola itself is, all the points on the parabola are equidistant from the directrix as well as the focus. So if this distance is 2a, then this distance is also 2a. If pxy is any point on the parabola, then this pf must be equal to 2a. Now see, please try to understand again. So if this distance is 2a, means it is cutting y-axis at 2a. So this distance is 2a. This distance is 2a, it means this distance is also 2a, because these are parallel lines as well as these are also perpendicular on directrix. It means these two are also parallel. So if this distance is a and a, this total distance will be twice a. If total distance is twice a, it means this distance, that is pf, is also twice a. Now if pxy is one point and qx2 y2 is another point, or q is another point on the parabola, then the distance between qf is also equals to twice a. Hence length of the latus rectum, length of length of latus rectum is equal to 4a. So it is always 4 times the focus if the vertex is at origin. Now let us try to understand what will be the length if the parabola is symmetric about x-axis but opening towards negative direction of x-axis. So the parabola is opening to the negative direction of x-axis and it is symmetric about x-axis. In this case, equation of if focus is at minus a0, then equation of directrix will be x equal to positive a. In this case, equation of parabola will be y square is equal to minus 4ax. Vertex is at origin and latus rectum will pass through minus a. Please note, its segment is a distance and hence the distance is, since it is always positive, the distance is again same. So length of latus rectum is always 4a. So it will never be negative, it will be always positive since it is a distance. So length of latus rectum is 4a, whether it is opening upside, whether it is opening downside, or whether it is opening left or right. But if it is having vertex at origin, then you will see that in all the cases, length of latus rectum is 4a. So length of latus rectum is 4a even if it is opening upside, downside, left or right.